Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Talking with Heroes talk show program. I am Bob Calvert, the founder and host of TalkingWithHeroes.com and our new 501c3 launching, thankyoufforyourservice.us. And we're here still in Austin, Texas, the Ark of Texas. They donated this room for us, so I really appreciate the Ark of Texas doing that. Thanks to Jonathan, who you watched all these videos. You met him on a previous video for getting us this room. And so I'm here with an interesting gentleman in a lot of ways, but we first met in Afghanistan. And I'm just really glad that we've reconnected. And but if you don't mind, oh, by the way, that's Six, your service dog. And I don't know if he's going to speak or not. Is he? No. Okay. So tell people a little bit about yourself. Start with your military service and a little bit about Afghanistan.
17 years of service, some active, some reserve. My deployment to Afghanistan, you came to interview me because what I did, what was called Chinook Santa. People can actually look that up on Facebook or even some of the YouTube video you did.
Hold it up on Google.
Oh, okay. I wrote a letter to my local VA because of some of the stuff that I did over there, and we delivered, I believe it was almost 7,000 packages in 6 months to the local COBs and FOBs around, to remote COBs and FOBs that some of them wouldn't get their packages and stuff for quite a while because they were so remote. And about 6 months into my tour, my Chinook was shot down, and then I went into healing, healed at Fort Sam, Houston, and San Antonio, moved my family down, and I think it was, I don't know, about 3 years later, after I was healing, about 4 years after it happened, I believe, because I was shot down on Thanksgiving Day 2011. Got a hold of you, and you were kind of flabbergasted about that, and came down to San Antonio and interviewed me again, and found out that I started a nonprofit called HereforHeroes, where when I was in the reserves, I really noticed that a lot of the military reservists also are first responders, the police officers, firefighters, EMS, EMT, some of them work in the prison systems and stuff like that. So we started a nonprofit called HereforHeroes, where we help them when they're in need. And the reason why we started it, when I was out processing the military, unfortunately I was going through a divorce, and I was asking for help because I actually got sole custody of my 2 girls, and I was needing just even a babysitter because I don't have any family that could help me. And everybody was telling me, we don't have the funds, we don't have that type of ability to help you. And so it was a big struggle for me. And so we wanted to fill the void. So that's what we'll do. If somebody needs to go visit a family member in the hospital, or if they're in need of a babysitter, fine. We'll find you a babysitter, we'll babysit, whatever we need to do. You have to take your kids to Six Flags, we'll take them to Six Flags while you go visit your family in the hospital. Whatever you need. We actually, this is actually sad, but man, it feels so good to do it. This was about 3 weeks ago. We had, actually it was Memorial Day that just passed. A neighborhood, about 3 neighborhoods down from mine, there's this, what is it called? There's an app I think it's called Nextdoor. Well, the app I saw where people were stealing people's flags.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And it really, I'll calm down. It upset me. Well, I got a hold of the board members, and I said, hey, this is what I want to do. And we went and we purchased an enormous amount of flags. And we went down to that neighborhood, and we asked every single person in that neighborhood if we could put flags on their home. And I'd say we put flags on about 90% of that neighborhood. And it was so cool to go down in that neighborhood and see just row after row after row in that neighborhood, all these American flags just whipping in the wind. And I got some pictures of it. I wish I got video of it. I got some pictures of it. We got to get that on the website so people can see it. But I mean, the response from the people, some of the Vietnam veterans were just, just tears, and it was really cool to see. There was another neighborhood also that people were stealing the American flags, and I can't fathom somebody actually doing something like that. But that's some kind of the stuff that we do. Just help out in any way we can, and that one I just really loved because it was just the pride of the neighborhood after we did that. That was really cool.
Now, you were in the hospital for quite a while, weren't you?
Little shy of 2 years, or right around 2 years, maybe a little bit over 2 years.
You're still having some challenges.
Yeah, well, I was told I'd never walk again at one point. I flattened my upper spinal cord. It was leaking, crushed my lower spinal cord. There were some other things, TBI. We didn't even know about my spinal cord until I was at the hospital for, I'd say 6 months. And the pain just started steadily getting worse and worse and worse. And then they did an MRI on my spine. And the guy told me, he says, "You're not walking anymore. That's the reason." He put me in a wheelchair, and he says, "No, you cannot walk anymore. You're going to be paralyzed if you continue to walk." And so they immediately put me in a wheelchair, and then they gave me two choices: either do surgery or do these weird procedures. And I talked to other veterans that actually had the surgery, and all of them said, "No, don't do the surgery. They actually are in more pain after the surgery. Try the procedures first." I did that, and I think I went through 18 procedures before the pain started subsiding. And now it's painful. Feels like my back is folded like a piece of paper and creased, but it's a lot better than what the other guys feel. And I always say you can't amputate a back, so hey, I'll put up with the pain.
That's pretty good. So, over the years, I've had the privilege, obviously, the veterans, military families, but also service dogs. And this is 6.
Yes, 6.
6.
Yes.
See? 6.
6 blades. Has a double meaning. 6 meaning got your 6, and 6 blades as in a Chinook. A Chinook helicopter has 6 blades.
So we have seen really a lot, just some, I guess, of what 6 does for you. But whenever you move, 6 watches you. You go out of the room, stares at the door. Talk about what it's like having a service dog and how it helps you.
Well, it definitely hurts to bend over still and stuff like that. If I drop something, he'll pick it up for me. I can tell him to go get my shoes or my boots, and he knows the difference between them. He'll go get them and bring them to me. If I haven't done it in a while, I don't know if he'd do it anymore, to be honest, but I used to be able to use a laser pointer and pointing it at what I wanted, and he'd go get whatever I pointed with the laser pointer, and he'd pick it up. I think you saw it earlier today in here. I dropped my sunglasses, and he picked them up, and he picks them up so gentle he doesn't even scratch the glasses. So he really helps out in that manner. When I first got him, I was having pretty bad nightmares. I was having probably, I don't know how many, it was quite a few. I don't have as many nightmares now, but he used to, when I had him, he'd jump up on the bed and wake me up. Now he just, he protects me. I get what's called retinal migraines, where I actually go blind. I can't distinguish my palm from my fingertips. And I have about a 15 to 20 minute onset. It's like if you blow a bubble and you put it in your mouth and you pop it, I hear that sound. He actually can smell it. He gives me a longer onset than that. The trainer actually taught me how to train him to do it, and I actually did that. It took a while to train him to do it, but I actually got him to do it. But when I get those retinal migraines, he will put himself between myself and anybody that comes up to me. And he doesn't do it in an aggressive way or anything. He just lets me know when somebody's coming up to me, in a protective way to let me know, hey, somebody's coming up, don't be alarmed. And just he'll stay there until until it's over, and then I let them know, and hey, good boy, and we're on our merry way.
How long have you had Six?
His birthday is actually in July, and he'll be 4 years old. I've had him about 2.5 years now.
So did he go through one of these nonprofits, organizations that train?
Actually, I was chosen out of 5,000 veterans. They chose me because of what I did with Chinook Santa, actually. And they actually paid for him, and they actually trained him. The breeder was out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and the trainer was out of Houston. I didn't meet him for the first 6 months, but they put my scent on him when he was 3 weeks old. And it was really neat when I wouldn't say it was 6 months, he was a little bit younger than that, but when he first met me, he kind of walked up like, who's this? But when he smelt me, he just went just crazy. You could tell that my scent was definitely put on him.
Yeah.
It was really neat.
So talk about how your daughters are with Six.
Oh, they love him.
Yeah.
But he has a totally different demeanor once you put the vest on. If the girls, especially my youngest, if she gets too rambunctious with him, or if he gets too rambunctious, because he is a young dog, I'll put the vest on him, and he just calms right down.
So it's like he's on duty.
Exactly. He knows when that vest is on, he's working.
That's great. I think it's absolutely great. I mean, I was amazed when I heard what happened to you after I left in Afghanistan, but what you've done with it, how you're helping other people. And your nonprofit is HereforHeroes, HeroES.org.
Yes, yes, and you can do here for the number 4 or FOR. A lot of people misspell heroes, which, believe it or not, I did when I first was looking it up, but it's HeroES, heroes. It's fine. About 60% of the people misspell it.
I go through that with Talking with Heroes
yes,
all the time.
It's really funny.
I'm always kicking myself I didn't get Talking with Heroes, HeroES too.
Yes, yes. Yeah. But it's quite funny how many people misspell heroes.
So if somebody watching, maybe they think they maybe could be helped, or maybe they want to volunteer, give a donation, what would they do?
They can go to our website. We actually got a new designer, web designer people that are really helping us out. We got a new logo that is really crisp and clean. We love it. It is great. And these web designers are really helping us out. We're looking to put a couple more people on the board, and either first responder or military. That is one thing that is a must with us. If you want to be on the board, you have to be either first responder or military. Anybody that wants to help, we do not, anybody can help. We love help, and there are so many ways to help. We're always looking for people that have some type of specialty, be it AC repair, electrician, or just somebody that has a good back that can move things. We have veterans and first responders that they might not be physically fit to do something, and they might just need to move something from one room to another. And it takes a lot of pride to swallow in order to ask for that kind of help. And if they ask us for that, boy, we'll be over there in a heartbeat just to help somebody move a couch in their house. And when they swallow that pride and ask for help, by golly, we'll be over there to help them. But we need some muscle sometimes to do that, and we've actually done that. Somebody just wanted their house rearranged, and it was, I believe he was a Gulf War veteran, and he just wanted to rearrange his house, get a couch out of there because he got a new one, and they put it in the wrong area, and he wanted it rearranged after the guys left. So we helped him out with that. So it was just little things like that, and there's not any organizations that do stuff like that. So that's what I mean by filling the void. Most times people have to pay for somebody to come in there just to move a couch, and that's ridiculous, especially for a veteran or first responder.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't have to pay for something like that.
Right. Great. So is there anything more that you like to share with people watching?
No, if y'all have any questions, give us a call. We'll be more than happy to help you. Our goal is within the next 4 to 5 years to go national. But hey, if y'all have any suggestions, give us a call. Send us an email, please. Our ears are wide open. We don't want to reinvent the wheel. We want to make it roll faster. And if y'all have a suggestion, please give it to us.
Yep. I've noticed the last 2 times I've met you here in the States that you're very open to collaborating. But as a veteran, that's what you're taught, to work together.
Yes.
So you're carrying that into the civilian side, helping vets.
Oh, yes, very much so. Very much so.
Good. Why don't you look at the camera and give a shout out to our troops?
Hey, you guys are doing great, and keep doing what you're doing. God bless you. Watch your six, and watch each other six. And also shout out to the first responders. Love you guys. Love what you're doing. Keep it up.
Thank you for your service. Good to meet you again. Once again, folks, we're finishing up here now in Austin, Texas on TalkingWithHeroes.com. And again, for me, all of our men and women who are serving around the world, be safe, stay alert. We look forward to you coming back. And to all of our military, all of our veterans, our first responders and families, thank you very much for your service to our country. Please share this video with everybody you can. And God bless you all, and God bless America.